Hello everybody and welcome to the next episode of Aveyond Gates of Night. In this episode, we're gonna hopefully escape and get that thing back. There's a way to open it, I don't know what it is. That's another thing that I need to mention. My memory of quests significantly declines after Bryn's quest. Ending off at, well, this game. I played a lot of the Aveyond Orbs series. I feel as if I've been slaughtered on by ghosts. I don't care what anyone says, that place is cursed. There's no way I'm going in there again. Your client returned the heirloom. Dawn is fast approaching and you want the rest of your reward. Oh yeah, lowered for a bid. We have to make them wait 5 more seconds to get their stinky orb. And sludgy orb. Cinematic shot of a gravesite. You've returned with the item. Hold out the orb, it glows. Lion takes the orb, it stops glowing. Give you your heirloom. Where's the rest of my payment? Always give the thief a reward. Two men grab Mel by her arms. What in the... Hey! Let go of me, you big louts! Now you're live, Darkthroat. Well... Shut up. Darkthroat, what are you talking about? I demand you put me down! Let's go. That. Magic. Swirly death. Ah! What is that thing? It's a portal, foolish girl. I'm taking you home. Now shut up and let's go. Run, girl. Stay close behind me. You. Hello, Gendel. Give me the orb or join your friends. Never. I don't want to kill you, brother. Do as I say or perish. Let the orb come and get it. Your magic is weak in the overworld. Fight without it, sister. You should pay for that. You were never much of a fighter, brother. It's only begun. As for the girl, you can't watch the well forever. I shall find her when you're not looking. She's mine, and when I'm through with her, she'll be worse than the dead. Worse than dead. Curses! Come, we must leave now. I'm not going anywhere until you tell me what's going on. Who are you? What are those men? Oh, who? Vampires. Vampires don't exist! Have you played the other 2 games? Stranger bares her teeth. Her eyes glow red. Don't they? Vampire! Just run, but the stranger grabs you by the neck of her neck. Get down. Not until you promise me that you won't run. Yeah, I won't run. Fine, you're a vampire. They're vampires. Who are you? What's going on here? My name is T-Gel, and you just had the privilege of playing fool for my brother Gendel and his thugs. So this is the first issue I had with this game. The fact that T-Gel looks like a punk rocker and not like her original self. I'm not a fool. I don't have time to argue with you, human. You've just given my brother the orb with the power to destroy light. It's insane. It's just a family heirloom. Your family heirloom, not his. Not a descendant of Mordred Darkthroat. Being the Skiona, the most evil sorcerer in 200 years, doesn't make you a bad person. Lies. We don't have time to chat. My brother will be back soon, and you don't want to be here when he returns. Must leave the city. I shall explain everything when we are safely hidden. Where are we going? Thias, have friends there who will know what to do. Let's go. Follow me. Don't ever do that again. Come, let's go. It appears you've gotten yourself into a bit of a mess. Gandalf's the only gone because he's gathering reinforcements. Must leave the city before it turns or you're dead. To get to Thias, you must go north through Shadow Woods. Use the northern exit on the city to leave. In other words, this carefully convenient exit. So yes, T-Gel being designed like this is kind of... It's one of my pet peeves about the game. Apparently it's also a lot of other people's. Come, we must head west. We must escape through the Isle Mountains. Like, I really loved that she was in the game, so I didn't really complain too much at the time. Fox. And just like in other games, foxes are enemies, but because we actually got all that equipment, we actually were able to beat them. I want to stray off the path for a little bit here to get these items while you can. Very good to do this. So that you don't waste money later on in the game trying to, buy equipment. You can also heavily abuse Tej out here because she is so much higher level than you. So if you wanted a little bit of insurance on not dying, you could just have Tej in your party. Got a Cassie leaf right there. Not really sure why we'd need it. The enemies in this area in particular aren't very hard to beat, and you have Tej with you. I mean, I guess if you sped through everything and didn't get any items, you'd probably have issue here, but since they're only doing 1 damage, you don't really got an opportunity to use a Cassie leaf. And there are positives to this game series, there really are. I'll be getting more into what those are later when we come across them. Like I said, I do love this series, it's just there's some things that bug me about it that I feel like could have been quickly changed. Or easily changed, I mean they had the options to do it. The one thing that I do appreciate is that I believe if you leave and come out of an area, the enemies will not respawn automatically. I think it's every two panels or something like that. I do want to find out where the Thial Mountains are so I can avoid that place so I can see if I've gotten everything. I'm gonna play digging up the holes with fingernails, but think of no rational reason to do so without a shovel. Yep, as you might expected, or might have expected, the shovel is back. I think it makes its debut in every game, which is really nice that it has sort of that thing about it that always comes back. Now here's another bit of trivia, and that's where we're supposed to go, I believe. I sped through this area as a kid. Like, I just went right through it, because I was still a kid when this came out. And I didn't really know too much about farming at the time. And it made my life super difficult because I sped through the game, and I was one of the ones that was actually dying in this area. For, at least on Mel's part. Because she wasn't strong enough to take the enemies out in one hit. And yeah, it was just a bad time. But yeah, you want to make sure that you get most of everything and kill some enemies, because, like I said, Mel is super weak. Once Tej leaves her, that's it. you're still doing 9 damage. It's not a great time. If you needed to do some leveling, I can understand if they'll let you go into another area, but... for the most part, it's a really good idea to just sit back and kill the enemies when you see them when you first start. And take advantage of that T-gel time. At least I thought that was the way to go. I guess there's 2 paths. I guess we'll go on the other path now. So we got an item called a green war peg, which I'm gonna just quick show on. It will escape battle. That is your form of running away in this game, and instead of having a button to do it, you have to buy items to do it, which can be a little tedious, in my opinion. Like, why have an item when you could just hopefully do that normally? Is beyond me. Firefly scroll, that'll be very helpful in a minute. Alright, you can't kill that thing instantly. Not sure how they're doing 5 damage to T-gel and 0 basically to me, but I think it's the equipment. I don't think T-gel's wearing any equipment, just the bow. Which is kind of strange, because we gave her legendary class items in the last game she was in. We're too late. I must leave you now. You're alone with them? Be good rabbits and hide. I'm going to lead my brother's men away from here. When they are gone, escape to the Thyle Mountains. Where am I supposed to go? Go north in the mountains and then continue west. Do not stop until you reach Kingdom Matthias. Seek out a man named Olaf. You can find him at the School of War and Magic. Olaf will keep you safe. Give him this note. Don't get too cozy without me, Rabbit. I'll be around to collect you eventually. Where are you going? Must retrieve my husband. He's escaped again. You're married? Your husband escaped? Long story. Okay, good luck with that. Oh, and Rabbit, do me a favor. What? When you reach Thias, don't go out on dark nights. My brother magic is strongest then. You counter vampires, use this. Before I go, I have one last gift for you. How did you do that? You don't want to know. I must go now. Here's you're on your own. Head north in the Thyle Mountains. Before you go, save your game. Because your safety net is gone. You are now in the dead zone. It's when you could potentially die. So, do this at your own peril. That's why I just saved. Because as you can see, 10 damage be a lot. We only do 6. Totally understandable if you die to these enemies and you just want to leave. And, like, get out of here with the orb. Leveled up. This is also why you got some haunches in the last bit there. Almost clicked the weapon again. Chickens. To fight or not to fight? I kind of want to fight it just to see if I can even beat it at the moment. Wild chickens are always usually the bane of existence, but since they're not as... yeah. You'd kind of be required to fight that one if you were to go up this area, so I guess it makes sense that you wouldn't, 3 of them. Oh boy, the damage. Like I said, Mel is alone at the moment, so if you wanted to take some time to try to level up with the abilities that you have, very okay to do so, because this area is, and Mel isn't really a fighter, which we're gonna get into more in a bit. Alright, that way I had the gold pennies. I wanted to get a fight with these guys anyway. Does it give a good bit of XP, and we're gonna need that, at least for right now. Make sure to switch up your healing items in this game, because you don't want to use too much of one thing, because then you won't have it. So it's good to mix up haunch with bread. You can come back here for these items, but I would suggest getting them now, so you don't have to worry about them later. I got a hunt trap that guy, and that's pretty worth it. And a Firefly Scroll, which by the way can get you out of a lot of tough situations in this place if you needed to, since it's basically an instant kill to most early game enemies. But with that, the next episode, hopefully we'll be going to Thia. See you guys.